What's on your agenda in terms of Rock Springs growth and development in the next year?
Well, in the next year, one of the big projects we are undertaking is the rehabilitation of the Bunning Park area. As you well know, some of those properties are very run down, they're very dilapidated. My guess is that there's probably a lot of illegal activities taking place in that area. So it's the focus. One of our focal points is to purchase those properties, demolish them, and then to build parking lots down there so that when we have events at Bunning Park, we basically can have people give them a place to park and help Bunning Park become a better place to have our events.
What would you say are the biggest problems in Rock Springs currently?
Well, I think one of the problems we have in the older areas of Rock Springs, we still have declining infrastructure. There are several times we open up, if we have a water or a sewer problem and we dig a trench, we will find that the infrastructure, the piping, etc., is either non-existent or it's crumbled to the point that we have to replace it. So in the older parts of the city, I would say that we do have some infrastructure issues, especially in the water and sewer area. One of the things that I believe that we still have that we need to take care of is the Bitter Creek itself, is we are losing capacity, what I call carrying capacity, in the event of a flood or something like that, because of all the undergrowth that's taken place in the creek, and I know there's E. coli issues, I know there's chloride issues. So one of our main focal points is in the recent past was to visit with the governor to see if there is a way we can get state funding or AML funding, abandoned mine land money, to help mitigate that situation. I do know that we have significant addiction problems in the city. I'm appointing Dr. Alina Cherniak, who is an addiction specialist, to the County Health Board as the city's representative, hoping that she can bring her specialty and her background and commingle it with our efforts in the city to help mitigate or at least reduce some of these addictions in the city.
Okay. How do you feel about the budget that you're currently working on, and what are some of your priorities in terms of revenue allocation?
We are still in a point of declining revenues. That is a bit disconcerting to us. We are in the process of going through the departmental budgets and taking money out, if you will, trying to get the budget into balance. One of the things that we're focusing on, and I guess it becomes a priority issue, you need to focus on public safety, which is police, fire, and the rest of the public safety. You need to focus on water, sewer, streets, gutter, infrastructure, if you will. And you need to keep focused on those things because those are the basic needs of every citizen in this city.
And in regard to declining revenues, are there any steps that the city can take to encourage revenue growth?
You know, one of the things that obviously if you can get more businesses into your community, you can generate more tax dollars and essentially get more return on your tax dollar. Because of the funding situation and again because of declining revenue streams, we did not have the capability to bring an economic development person full-time into the city. So what we did was the next best thing in my eyes. We partnered with the Rock Springs Chamber and we ponied up $35,000, and the Chamber went out and raised the rest of the money so that they were able to hire an economic development person in the Rock Springs Chamber. So we do get the benefit of economic development, looking at the data, generating the data, so that when people or businesses want to move to the area, they have the data available so that they can make a rational decision on whether they want to move their business to Rock Springs.
Is there anything you feel like you didn't accomplish in your previous term as mayor that you'd like to accomplish this time around?
You know, I don't think there was. One of the things that, a couple of things that I came into the office with, my first priority was to hire an HR, the human resources position into the city. We were able to do that. Another thing that we did that was really made me happy, we were able to get the National High School Finals Rodeo here into the city, is you put your city and your area on the national stage. And we've seen some benefits from that. Now people know where Rock Springs is. We've been mentioned several times throughout the country. I think one time we were the number 3 small city in the country where people might want to live. So I think that was a real benefit, and I might add that being able to get the National High School Finals Rodeo here was simply a partnership with the Sweetwater County Commissioners. So,
and that's a benefit for the county as a whole, like Green River as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.